If you clicked on this video, you're probably waiting for the right moment to start something big. You open your laptop, ready to start, but then you think, maybe I should do a little bit more research first. Everyone thinks success comes from having a perfect plan, but in reality, success comes from just getting started, messy, unprepared and all. Every day you wait is another day further from your goal. In this video, we're going to break down why waiting for the perfect moment is a trap, how imposter syndrome often holds us back, and why embracing a growth mindset can transform your journey. So let's dive in. Research shows that perfectionism is often linked to procrastination and inaction. Studies by Flett and Hewitt have found that when we aim for perfection, we tend to delay starting projects because we're never 100% ready. And honestly, no matter how prepared you think you are, ideal conditions are a myth. If you wait for everything to be perfect, you'll be waiting forever. When times are tough, that's exactly when you should start. Facing challenges head-on means you'll learn faster and build resilience. Waiting for easy times might seem appealing, but when hard times hit, you're more likely to falter since you're not prepared for these conditions. And so, if anything, when it seems like it's a hard time to start, that's your advantage. Anyone can succeed when things are easy. Here's a graph taken from Flett and Hewitt's study. The last bar, socially prescribed perfectionism, is the pressure you feel from others to be perfect. We can see that this appears to be the cause of the highest stress out of the three types of perfectionism. This could mean that when you're procrastinating, what you're actually experiencing is a fear from others. What if I fail and they see? What if I embarrass myself? What if they laugh at me? But here's the thing. It's your first time working towards this goal. So yes, you probably will fail. But if you continue and try again, you've learned something, and now you're that one step better. Yes, it may feel embarrassing, and someone you know might make a comment, but so what? You keep doing what you do, and with enough practice, you build experience and knowledge, and you're bound to succeed. And then those same people will come to you a few years later and wonder how you became an overnight success, because the truth is, no one is watching you as closely as you think they are. Everyone is caught up in their own lives. So don't let the judgment of others, which would only last a few minutes at best, get in the way of your life. Now let's debunk imposter syndrome. The reason you feel like an imposter is because you haven't had enough practice. If you had completed tying your shoelaces the same exact way 1,000 times, and someone asked you to show them, you wouldn't feel like an imposter. You wouldn't be nervous at your ability, you'd just do it. So instead of stopping yourself because you see yourself as an imposter, reframe it and see yourself as a student. You never see a student in a classroom feeling guilty for not knowing something, or feeling like an imposter for being a student. You might feel like you're not good enough, or that you don't deserve success, even if you've achieved a lot. Research by Clance and MS tells us that simply acknowledging these feelings is the first step to overcoming them. I like to think of the task like an experiment. Every action I take, even if it doesn't turn out the way I wanted, I collected data, and it gives me feedback. That feedback is invaluable. It helps me refine my approach, learn from my mistakes, and ultimately grow stronger. There's no losing when you take things as an experiment. You either prove your hypothesis or you collect new information. So the next time you need to do something, make a change, attempt something new, see it as an experiment. Gather the information you can, create a hypothesis of how you hope things to turn out, and then just go in and get started. Collect the data, analyze it after you're done, and see how things went. And now let's talk about adopting a growth mindset, an idea popularized by Carol Dweck. Her research shows that if you believe your abilities can grow through effort, you're far more likely to achieve your goals. You have nothing to lose here, so why not just believe that you are capable of improving and getting better? No one said you have to believe that you're the best or that you're perfect, but believe that you can improve. It's not about being perfect from the get-go. It's about starting with what you have and learning as you go. Think about writing an essay. I like to think of most things in life like this, like it's an iterative process. You don't create a masterpiece on the first shot. You write a draft, you edit it, you write another one, you edit it, you write another one, and it improves over time. Albert Bandura's self-efficacy theory also supports this. It tells us that small successes build confidence, and that confidence is what propels us to tackle bigger challenges. And so that small step I can take, writing that first essay, even if it's the worst version, which it will be because it's the first one, it's okay. I'll improve on that one, and it's so much easier to improve once I have something down. So every time you take a small step forward, it reinforces it in your own mind that your ability to succeed is there. Your mind is seeing it as evidence for itself, that you are capable. It's about embracing those mistakes as learning opportunities rather than signs of failure. That continuous cycle of action and feedback is what actually leads to success. Think about it. It's almost like an ego issue. Why would you expect anyone to be amazing at something if it's the first time they've done it? Even if it's the 5th or 10th time, if it's a difficult thing, it's not going to be that easy. And so when you go with that mindset, it's not so disheartening when you failed at something. Instead, you take that as a learning process and you improve on it. We often get so focused on potential failure and wait for things to be perfect, whether that's putting things off until we finish this current obstacle we're facing, or if it's just doing endless research into a goal before we actually get started. But you know what? It's much worse to keep delaying that starting point, because that's where the true failure is, because you've never made real progress. If you need to do research and find out more, or there's something that you're doing right now in your life and you need to finish that, that's fine. You do that. But where possible, put a limit. Have a deadline of when you're going to stop doing the research and you're actually going to take that first step and do something. Remember, it's so much easier to steer a moving ship than a still one. You can also then see the different paths as you start driving, paths that you never even would have known existed if you were just planning. Every tiny success boosts your confidence. This is backed by research in psychology that shows success in small tasks increases your overall self-efficacy. When you build on these small victories, you create a snowball effect, where each achievement propels you further. Consider this. If you're feeling overwhelmed by a mountain of goals, focus on one small manageable task. And when I say small manageable task, I mean a small task. A tip I'll share with you that I really find helpful and works for me and my 5-year-old brain is when I need to do a task, I break it down to the most basic instructions. So think of it like an intern who's new to the country, barely speaks the language, has no real skills or experience in anything. If you need to get them to do something, you have to explain every simple instruction. So write down that first few tasks that you need to do with that in mind. For example, I could say, create a YouTube video. That entails way too many things. I'm likely to procrastinate and never get to it. Instead, I could say, get my laptop from upstairs. Use ChatGPT to brainstorm topic ideas for the first video. Write a list of the topic ideas I like. Search for those topic ideas on YouTube and see what other people are saying. You get the point. Break it down to the level where it's easy for you to just follow that basic instruction. Take the mental energy of figuring things out completely out of the equation. All you have to follow is basic instructions, and that makes it so much easier to do. By taking action, even imperfect action, you're shifting from a mindset of fear and inaction to one of growth and possibility. It's not about having it all figured out from the start. It's about starting, learning, evolving as you go. That's how you build lasting confidence and transform your life. Instead of wanting to be perfect and to be an expert at everything, identify as someone who learns as they go and grows from their mistakes and experiences. That makes you much stronger and adaptable, so you can learn from each new experience. So if you're out there feeling overwhelmed, stressed, or stuck, waiting for the perfect moment, remember this. Starting now is the key. Embrace imperfection, learn as you go, and let each small win boost your confidence and momentum. I hope you got some value from this video. Let me know what your goals are that you've been putting off and want to get started on.